Hey everyone. Please support what I do to help keep Greyhawk alive by subscribing to the channel. Also, please consider becoming a channel member to get early access to videos, exclusive live chats, quarterly adventure modules, and more. Thanks, and enjoy the show.
A lot of folks don't see the benefit of having an alignment system in D&D, and I wanted to talk about that today on Greyhawk Grognard. So something that's been making the rounds on social media is the idea that having alignment in role-playing games, and D&D in particular, is kind of an outmoded idea, and it's not necessary, and it impedes role-playing and so forth. And I disagree with that notion. I think alignment has a vital part to play in D&D. Um, Objective morality, as embodied by the fact that there are entire planes of existence that exemplify various forms of morals and ethics, the law versus chaos and evil versus good in D&D, um, is a storytelling device that goes back to the earliest days of civilization. It's something that speaks to us on a subconscious cultural level. Now, I can absolutely see how removing the idea of objective morality is popular these days. I think we all know that that's popular these days and why. But in terms of the mythic qualities of the game, the same sorts of things that we have as the with the dungeon as the magical fairyland where the normal rules of society don't apply. The idea that there is in fact objective morality that is not dependent on the point of view of the individual. Um, uh, Removes that sort of removing that sort of underpinning ultimately removes a part of the game that really works on us at a subconscious level and is partially, I think, responsible for its success. Inherently, everybody wants to be a hero. They want to be the good guy, but unless there's good, there's no way to do that. And objective morality is what allows us, in a storytelling sense, to identify who's the good guy, who's the villain. Um, Today, obviously, that's no longer in fashion because we can't agree on what good is, and except in the most extreme cases, and a lot of times, not even then. Um, but in terms of the game and the mythic foundations of the game and those things that it speaks to in the human subconscious, it's still really, really important. Um, that's not to say, though, that you can't have a game where everybody is good. Um, I mean, that you can't have a game where not everybody is good. Obviously, having other characters with neutral or maybe even evil alignments is absolutely appropriate. And again, from a storytelling point of view, it can really add to the game. We also see this as a trope in a lot of folklore and mythology, where you have the rogue who has a heart of gold, that sort of thing, like Han Solo in Star Wars, the original Star Wars, is a perfect example of that. And having that notion in there is absolutely appropriate. But where you get into the trouble is where everybody is like that, and then you have nothing to compare against. And having that rogue with the heart of gold still speaks to that cultural touch point that is the ultimate point of storytelling. Um, and I think this is one reason that Gary Gygax was opposed to evil parties in general. It was one thing to have a couple of neutral or even a rare evil character in a game like Lord Robilar. Is a great example of that. Um, but overall, the characters were on the side of good, or at least the side of balance. But to have a group where good is ignored completely kind of flies in the face of the mythic basis of the game. And I think that's why alignment ultimately is important, because the game is an expression of mythic values that speak to us in a very core sense in terms of culture, and like all good stories do. And I think by getting rid of that idea of objective morality, you remove that storytelling and cultural mythic underpinning, and I think you really lose something when you take that away. So. Um, tell me what you think down in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Just, keep it civil. And hope you're all having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you all later.
Thanks for watching today's video. Please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Below you'll find links to my Patreon, which helps make these videos possible. You'll also find the web store where you can buy my books, and my blog where you'll find all sorts of free downloads and other articles. Thanks, and have a great day.